Welcome, everyone, to Courage to Caregivers for Monday, November 7th. Tonight, we continue on with our theme of collaboration. And the topic for tonight is managing perceptions. Have you ever been so stressed out that you just can't think clearly? You can't solve problems or even engage in a rational mindset. I know I have felt that way many times. And it happens to all of us. You're not alone. This is because the body, when it's in chronic stress, elicits the release of stress hormones, which in turn on our sympathetic nervous system. This is the system that's known as fight or flight. This function was created to allow us to spring into action when we perceive danger, such as when we're running from a grizzly bear in the woods. It's a very useful system to help us adapt quickly to a dangerous situation as we move into survival mode. Our bodies react with a heightened sense of awareness and strength from the outpouring of various hormones, adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. That's the stress hormone. So our heart rate and blood pressure increase, become very rapid. Our pupils dilate. The reason that this happens is it lets more light in. And when we let more light in, then we can see what's going on around us. Again, that goes in continuity with that heightened sense of awareness. We breathe a little more rapidly, and that is because we need that extra oxygen to give us energy and strength. Your muscles tense and become primed for action, which can sometimes cause shaking and trembling. Blood flows away from the surfaces of the body and goes into muscles, brain, and extremities like arms and legs. And the body's clotting ability increases to prevent excess blood loss just in case of injury. So this kind of stress response is helpful when we're in danger or when we're under performance skills, like when we have to perform on a test, or when we have to give a speech or have a confrontation with someone we love and that's going to be difficult. So these are all ways we protect ourselves with the sympathetic nervous system. But sometimes the fight or flight response happens automatically. And when we respond to it, even when there is no threat from that grizzly bear in the woods. That's because this fight or flight response can be triggered by both real or imaginary threats as we perceive them. So perception is an important word. You know, we all perceive things as we see them, but that may not be exactly as they are. So our perceptions are not always accurate, yet they are the way we see things and process, organize, and identify sensory information in the present moment. Our perceptions of fear or negativity can keep us in a chronic state of stress or fight or flight, even when that's not so. This chronic stress can deprive us of the ability to think and perceive rationally, as well increase so many risks to our health. It can cause migraines, chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety, heart attacks, stroke, and high blood pressure, and even poor immune function. And there's so many more. That's just a little tip of the iceberg there. But by breathing deeply and practicing how to calm your central nervous system, you can learn to broaden your perspective and challenge the perceptions that aren't serving you. So at the times that, I know that I react sometimes very stressfully to an interaction I might have with someone, and I might take away from that interaction things that really didn't happen, but that's how I saw them, So that's really, really common. And then that puts me in a chronic state of stress. So sometimes it's better to just step back, take a couple of deep breaths, calm yourself, turn away from whatever it is that you're challenged with at the moment, and really allow the body to relax. And when you do, you bring yourself from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. That's what happens when we rest and when we calm ourselves. And that is the state of being that we want to be in, because that makes the blood pressure go down, that makes the heart rate go down, that kickstarts our immune system to do all kinds of good things for the body. It decreases depression and anxiety. It starts the digestive process, and it brings mind body into alignment. So that is why we're here. That is why we do what we do each and every time we meet. And so, in other words, it makes that grizzly bear in the woods disappear. So just for tonight, he's not there. You don't have to worry about him. We're going to begin a little breathing meditation right now, a little bit of centering with the breath. So I invite you to get nice and relaxed on your chair there, maybe moving from one side to the other to get those sitting bones firmly rooted into your seat. Good. And then placing your hands on your thighs or on the knees, taking the shoulders up to the ears, rolling them back down so that you're not holding any tension in that area. Finding a tall spine and feeling your feet firmly on the ground beneath you. You know, another way to calm ourselves is to feel our foundation. And usually that starts with the feet. So when we're firm with our feet on the floor, we just invite an atmosphere of calm and grounding. And then you can begin to close the eyes or leave them softly cast down in front of you. Good. I don't know about you, but I'm already starting to feel that shift, and it feels really good. So beginning to connect with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just becoming aware of the natural rhythm of your own unique breath as it comes and as it goes. And just in essence, slowing down, just taking this moment to unplug from all that you've had in front of you to deal with today. Just simply unplug. Good. We will begin tonight with doing a little breathing technique called breathing with the clock. So for this breath, we inhale for the count of 6 and exhale with the count of 6. That's 5 breaths per minute, approximately. We're going to be practicing 10 breaths in 2 minutes. And my question to you is, where can you find 2 minutes in your day to just breathe? You know, we tend to overschedule ourselves so much, but 2 minutes is really not very long. It can be a little gift to yourself several times a day to do nothing but practice intentional breathing. So I'm going to count with you now. We're going to count in for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. Let's do that again on the in-breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to time us for 2 minutes. I'll let you know when to begin, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, so remember, in breath 6, out breath 6. Go ahead and begin. 10 seconds. Okay. So that was 1 minute. Keep going. 6 count in, breath in. 6 count out, breath out. And you can stop. That was 2 minutes. Just take a moment to assess how you're feeling in this present moment. Maybe assessing just how your mood might have changed, how you're feeling in the body. Did you feel that shift from fight or flight, where we all started from, let's face it, to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest, calm, relaxation? Just notice if you felt a shift at all. Maybe just the breathing is a little slower and deeper. Maybe if you felt your heart racing, that is ceased, hopefully. And any other tension or stress you might have felt in the body, maybe holding or tension in the neck and the shoulders or the hips or the knees or the low back. So anything that you might have noticed. I invite you again to close the eyes. We'll take another couple rounds of breath. And I invite you to breathe in any normal breathing pattern that is comfortable for you. You don't have to put a count to it. Just giving yourself this gift of time. Time is so important to allow yourself full, deep, refreshing, and nourishing breaths. Good. And as that feels complete, let's bring both hands over the heart center. So just a little embrace of your heart at this moment. You can think of it as a little hug that you're giving yourself. When you breathe in, your hands move away from the body. When you breathe out, your hands come back towards the heart. And you can think of this as a little gesture of a hug or compassion for yourself in this moment for all you've done this very day on behalf of someone in your care. So it's important to give ourselves just this time to recognize and acknowledge that. Good. And then when that feels complete, just releasing the hands. We're going to do a little bit of mindful movement today. We're going to keep it all in the chair. We're going to begin with just taking a moment to gaze at something, maybe looking at something in your room there. A picture, something on a shelf, just something that you can gaze at. And just keep your focus on that one thing. And then we're going to explore what that does in the body. So I'll give you about a minute to gaze at that one thing. I'll tell you when to begin. Go ahead and start. 1 minute. You have 30 seconds left. You can stop. Just close your eyes for a moment and just bring to mind how your body's feeling. If gazing at one item, one thing, just if that brought you down into relaxation, if you felt some stress maybe melting away, maybe it was that focus and that concentration. I know for me, if I'm looking into a fireplace, watching the fire, or even just looking at a candle burning, I eventually start to feel my stress float away and I start feeling calmer. So it's just that idea of concentrating on one thing and let everything else just kind of float away. And so we're going to try an energy yawn now. I want you to take your index finger and middle fingers on both hands and then find the little notch that is the connection between your upper jaw and your lower jaw. So it's the temporal mandibular joint. It is down directly from the temples and right in front of where the ear begins. So it's a bony process that you can feel that little notch between the upper and lower jaw with your fingers. And I invite you to start rotating your fingers there, just massaging that joint, the TMJ joint, just massaging that and see what happens. You may notice that it causes yawning. It's a response that is elicited when we massage that area. And it's actually called the energy yawn because even though we're yawning, it brings energy and focus into your state of being at this moment. So just to do that when you might need a little bit more energy, good. It actually feels really, really good. And so now we're going to do some eye movements. I invite you to rub the palms together, creating a little friction and heat, and then cupping the hands, just placing the hands gently over the eyes and breathing into that little feeling of warmth here. So we're warming up the muscles, the eye muscles, but we're also inviting in a little darkness, a little calm behind closed eyes. So just breathing into that. Good. Beautiful. Just for me, just cupping my hands over my eyes just seems to make me feel that relaxation. Good. And then taking the hands away from the eyes, we're going to begin another type of breathing around the clock. This time, we're going to and the head's not going to move, the head's going to stay still. We're just going to take our gaze up to the 12 o'clock hour on the clock, and then move your gaze to the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. So now our head is still, but our eyes are looking down towards our knees. And then moving your eyes around the clock, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, where we started, okay? I invite you to do this on your own, at your own pace. And you can begin anytime, just one more round around the clock. And whenever you're done, just give me the little high sign. Guys done? Okay, awesome. Beautiful. Now we're going to use acupressure points, same kind of areas that are used in acupuncture with needles, but we have no needles tonight. Going to take the left hand to the low belly and take the right thumb and the middle finger to your collarbones. Come down from the collarbones about 1/4 of an inch, and you'll feel a little notch there. And I invite you to begin to rotate those fingers right at that point in a clockwise fashion. Maybe closing the eyes and just feeling the shift in your body as you do so. Now we're going to add one more movement to this as we're rotating. So we're going to open the eyes now. And as we're rotating that hand, those fingers there, we're going to move the eyes from side to side. So again, the head doesn't move, but the eyes move from side to side. Good. Beautiful. Good. And then releasing the hands. We're going to keep that left hand on the low belly, and we're going to take the fingers of the right hand and just begin to tap the upper lip and lower lip. Just keep tapping upper and lower. And as we do, our head's going to stay still. We're going to take the eyes up and down, up and down, up and down. And just continue on for a couple more rounds. Good. And then you can stop there. We're going to take your right hand to your sacrum. That is your low back, which is down, I would say right before you get to the tailbone. So that flat, it's like a little triangle down there. So take your right hand to that area. Okay. And take your other hand to your low belly. So left hand to low belly. And as we just kind of massage the low belly, and we're going to massage that right hand on the sacrum. So both hands moving. We're going to take the eyes to look at a point far away, and then to come back to the nose. So far away point and a close point by the nose. Far away and close. So your gaze is shifting from an object far away to the tip of your nose. So I invite you to keep doing that. Massaging the sacrum, massaging low belly. Good. Beautiful. Good. And then you can bring that to a close. The last thing we're going to do is a little scalp massage. So we're just going to take the fingers, maybe the thumbs, and bring them to the back of the skull and start to move in a circular way at the base of the skull from side to side, and then up into the back of the head. It's really nice little massage there, just getting all that stress to melt away. We carry so much stress in the neck. It's really, really very common. And then we're going to take all of the fingers, we're using the pads of the fingers, not the nails, but the pads, and just start to give yourself an overall massage of the head. So getting into the back of the head, the side of the head, the crown of the head. So really, that feels good. And then with the two fingers that we used before, index finger and middle finger, we're going to massage the forehead. So little circles here. We carry a lot of tension in our face. And then down to the temples, massaging the temples. Good. And then the cheekbones right below the eyes. And then back to that temporomandibular joint, back to that place between the upper and lower jaw. And then down to the lower jaw, to the chin. Good. And then we'll finish with those fingers, the middle finger and the thumb to the collarbones. And just feel that little embrace on your collarbones there. Good. Beautiful. And then just releasing the hand. I don't know about you, but I could take a nap right now. It felt so good. So we're going to go ahead and prepare for our final resting posture, Shavasana. And this is the nice rest that we give ourselves at the end of our session. So I'm going to give you a little while to get your comforts around you, maybe blankets, maybe a pillow, maybe lowering your lights, maybe finding music or silence, whatever you need right now. Just take a few minutes. If you're going to be sitting in your chair, just cozy up. If you're going to be laying down on the floor or on a couch or a bed, just really getting comfortable there, maybe snuggling your shoulder blades underneath you so that you're nice and grounded to whatever surface you're on. Good. And just beginning to close the eyes, feeling your connection with your chair or with the floor. And starting to connect with the breath once again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. It's connecting with the rhythm of your breath. Ride your breath like you would ride a wave if you were on a little surfboard going up and down over the waves. Let your breath carry you into this relaxation. And then we're going to start at the top of the head, releasing all tension in the head, the forehead, the temples, the cheeks, the jaw, the chin. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then bringing your awareness down into the throat and the neck, releasing all tension there. Releasing tension in the right shoulder, the right upper arm, the elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand, and all the fingers of the right hand, the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from the fingers of the right hand all the way up to the right shoulder, your whole right arm is relaxed. Good. And then moving down the right side of the body, the armpit, the ribs, the waist, and the right hip. Breathing a little intentional relaxation into the right hip, and then letting your awareness travel down into the right leg, the thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, the foot, the top of the foot, and the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the right foot. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from all the toes of the right foot all the way up to the right hip, the whole right leg is relaxed. Your whole right side is completely and totally relaxed. Good. And just let that settle in, just feeling that in the body. Moving now to the left side of the body and centering your awareness on the left shoulder. the left upper arm, the elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand, and all the fingers of the left hand, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from all the fingers of the left hand all the way up to the left shoulder, your whole left arm is relaxed. Good. Then moving down the left side of the body, the armpit, the ribs, the waist, and the left hip. Moving down into the left thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, the foot, the top of the foot and the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the left foot all the way up to your left hip, your whole left leg is relaxed. Your whole left side is completely and totally relaxed. Both sides of the body are relaxed. And just breathe into that. Good. Beginning with the whole back body, and any place that your body has contact with the chair or on the floor beneath you. The back of the legs, the buttocks, the low back, middle back, upper back, shoulder blades, back of the head. Your whole back body is relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. And now for the front body, the front of the legs and the hips, the pelvis, the low belly, the upper belly, and the heart, your generous caregiving heart. Breathe in a little love for your generous heart and all you do for your loved ones each and every day. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body is completely and totally relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I'm now going to give you some images to focus on just for a moment, and then we'll move to the next one. So we're not staying in any one place for too long. Just bring your attention there and move on. The first thing that comes to your mind when I say the words: red desert, vibrant sunset, beautiful garden, burning candle, clear, cool water, a path in the woods, temple on a mountain, a star-filled sky, full moon, walking through autumn leaves, deep blue ocean, cat stretching, rain softly falling, snow-covered mountain, a warm embrace, taking slow, deep breaths. Your best friend's face, your favorite song, your body at rest, your body at rest. Very gently and taking your time, begin to bring your awareness back to the body. starting to move in small ways, perhaps wiggling fingers and toes. We're taking a nice little stretch there, either in your chair or on the floor. Perhaps even gathering your knees into your chest, taking a little rock from side to side, or whatever it is that your body needs. Just take a moment to give yourself that gift right now. Maybe deepening the breath. And then whenever you're ready, just rolling to one side and resting there for some intentional breathing while I read a couple of quotations to close out our session tonight. The first one is from Aldous Huxley. He says, "There are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the doors of perception." And this one is from Wayne Dyer. "Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change." And finally, from John Bon Jovi, "Miracles happen every day. Change your perception of what a miracle is, and you'll see them all around you." Good. And so, whenever you're ready, just pressing yourself back up to seated. And we'll meet with hands to the heart. So taking a few moments here to close the eyes, resting your thumb knuckles on your sternum, and just feeling your breath, allowing the chest to rise and fall. Maybe even feeling your own heart beating or hearing your own breath. And just in gratitude for the time we spent together tonight, as always, the light in me resonates deeply with the light that I see shining from within you, all of you. And we share that acknowledgement when we say together, Namaste.